Eat Your Noodles Productions. This is how dads think their babies and young children see them. Goo, 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 goo. Woo, woo. Who's a good? Who's a good? Oh, peepa, peepa, aboo, aboo. This is how they actually see them. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Ha, 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 ha. Ha. Oh, goo, 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 goo. This is how dads think their teenagers see them. Have some more. This is how they actually see them. As they grow older, dads think their teens see them like this. Oh. Oh. When they actually see them like this. 2 plus 2 is 5. I don't know nothing. Well, I was going to try to be a good dad, and I sent my wife off on a girls' day out, and I was going to take care of the kids. So I figured I could make breakfast anyway. So I tried to make pancakes like she does, and they seem to like those. But they all came out in big globs of goo and wacky, blob, no shape, just really ugly. That's all we could do to cover them up with syrup and eat them. It was horrible. So my mom took a day off, and my dad stayed home with us and made us breakfast. He made the coolest alien pancakes. They were all these wacky shapes and blobs and goop. It was just awesome. And we put syrup all over them. We ate every bite. They were great. Well, there at the end of breakfast, I somehow managed to catch the oven mitt on fire. And then my arm, I had to drop down to the floor and put out the fire rolling around like an idiot. I know the kids think I'm dumb, but at least I didn't get hurt. And then there was a fire. It was kind of scary for a second, but my dad handled it great. Stop, drop, and roll. Me and my friends thought he was our hero. Well, after all that, I decided we need to get out of the house, and I thought maybe we'd go to the zoo. The kids usually like that. And we got there, and the walrus barfed on my shoes, and I'm pretty sure the ostrich did its business on my head. It was another bad idea. This is just the worst day ever. The kids are never going to want to do anything with me again. And after all that, my dad took us to the zoo. We loved it. It was so cool. The walrus barfed on his shoes, and we're pretty sure the ostrich did something on his head. It was funny. He took it really well, though. My dad's a real sport. We had a great time. We can't wait for him to spend time with us again. So you can see from our videos that dads and kids don't always see eye to eye. In the Bible, we have the story of the prodigal son. In Luke 15:20-24, it says, "And he arose and came to his father, but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion, and ran and embraced him and kissed him. And the son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Bring quickly the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. And bring the fattened calf and kill it, and let us eat and celebrate. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' And they began to celebrate." God gives us this story, among other things, to show the great love that he has for us. and the love that He wants us as fathers to have for our families. Happy Father's Day. These are pictures of my dad, Odie Fred Wallace. Of all the things that my dad did for me and taught me, I think one of the most important was he set an example and showed me how to be a good man and a good father and a good husband. God has a very important role for us as men in our families' lives. So if you're a dad here today, appreciate that responsibility and that blessing and make the most of it. And if you have your dad here today, give him a hug, tell him you love him, and appreciate the responsibility that God's placed on His shoulders for your life. We love you, dads.
Samuel, I am your father.